What's going on, gamers? This is RebelX here in the War Room, and today we're looking at Dragon Age Inquisition Gameplay Tips and Tricks Part 3. This is where we're going to be looking at your new stronghold up in Skyhold after you've advanced a little further in the game. Also, too, is how to take down those pesky trolls, what type of armaments and how you should be crafting this game to make your player and your other companions a lot stronger. And also, too, is the responsibilities you'll have now that you've gained a new stronghold and are now the official Inquisitor. So let's get into that right here, right now. Alright gamers, let's talk about your new base of operation, which is Skyhold. Now the first thing you want to do about Skyhold is you want to upgrade this place. Now, you have two ways to do this. You can either go out in the open world, find material scavenging around, which could take you some hours, or save up your money, go to the Chantry City and buy upgrades. The more prestigious your headquarters looks like, the better off it is received around the world, and also how you can get certain upgrades like new troops, new agents, depending upon how your headquarters looks. So be mindful of upgrading Skyhold as many times as possible. The next thing too is that now that you're the Inquisitor, you can interrogate people and pass judgment on them. What I recommend, be merciful, but also too is that see if they can do something for you. I actually had a mage character who I had a choice of either executing, setting free, or have him work for me to gain extra bonuses on magic. I decided to let him work for me, and I gained a lot of influence and power because I spared his life. Be merciful with your people that you decide to pass judgment on. See if they can work for you. Also, too, to keep in mind, no matter what judgment you choose, setting that person free, executing them, have them work for you, you're going to have your allies be either satisfied or dissatisfied by whatever choice you make. But you can make up for that by going over and talking to them either about that case or going off and doing some quests with them. Trust me, it'll make them feel a lot better. Next up is the War Room itself. Now, this actual board, you could actually do a lot of these side missions. Do as many of these little power-up side missions as you can. They can range between 5 hours to just 10 minutes of your time. Now, the best thing too is that the single-player campaign, the story will not move on until you're ready, so you're not under a time limit. There's nothing to worry about the world being taken over while you're doing these other side missions. Do as many of these little side quests as you can possibly do on the board. They will gain you influence, money, and power, and some of the bonuses that you get along the way are very good as well. So make sure you're spending your time putting down those cards, making sure the right people are working on the right jobs as best you can. And also too, as I said, a lot of rare upgrades only come from the War Room table, so be sure that you do them. Alright gamers, now it's off to crafting. You will find this place underneath Skyhold. Now, the thing here is that you always want to make sure you're constantly upgrading your staff, making sure you're putting on new handles, new sharper blades, and whatnot if you're a mage, or also as a warrior or a rogue character. So make sure too that you're constantly upgrading your gear, but most importantly, make sure too you're upgrading your companion's gear. It's not all about you. You want to take down dragons? You want to get past that tough boss? You want to make sure you can take on tons of Templars or tons of mages at the same time? Well, guess what? Continue to upgrade your companion's weapons. As you see right here, this hammer is actually Iron Bull's hammer. I'm upgrading it, making him a lot more powerful and deadly on the field. Remember, your companions are only as good in this game as you make them, so make sure you upgrade not only your gear, but their gear as well, if you want to get the best results and beat the tough bosses that you need to beat. Also too is that if you decide, back to the War Room table, if you decide to do some quests or have your agents out on projects that could take up to 3 to 4 hours to do, that's fine. Go do little side quests in the world map. These side quest maps will gain you new agents and a lot more money and will open up special side quests with your companions you can only get if you do enough side quests in the open world. These companion missions that you see right here with Iron Bull, and you can get many more, will help unlock better results with these characters, better relationship with these people. Also too is that you will unlock rare gear. And also too, for those of you out there looking for a special type of romance with these characters, you can only get that by doing special missions with them to earn their trust, and eventually, well, I'll leave it to your guys' imagination as to what could possibly go on next if you're looking for a relationship with any one of these characters. Alright gamers, now let's go off to this one monster character that you're going to be encountering very soon after you get your new base of operations, which is called a Giant. Now, the Giant character is a very powerful character in the world. You'll encounter them in different areas. The first thing you need to do here is that make sure your party attacks one of his legs. Ignore the head and ignore having your party spread out, attack one leg. You want to knock this character down onto one knee. When you knock him down to one knee, he will be vulnerable. He'll try to slash away and try to get you guys to back away from him. Keep attacking him while he's down. Do not allow the giant to get back up. If the giant gets back up, the giant's going to go into this kind of rampage mode. He'll rip a rock right out of the ground and throw it at you, start pounding away, jumping up and down, and will do even more damage to your party than he did before. But if you knock the troll down, by the time the troll remotely gets back up, the troll will be halfway dead, and you and your party will bask in the glory of taking down this giant. But also, too, you will be able to get the giant troll, special gear. Each one of these giants drops rare gear. So if you see one moseying around, take the chance, go after them. You're going to be getting rare gear and good money by taking down these giant trolls every single time you do. Alright gamers, that's all the time we have for today for our quick gameplay tips and tricks part 3. We're going to be doing a lot more tips and tricks for Dragon Age, along with helping you guys take down those dragons. So be sure you keep it here in the War Room for more updates and gameplay tips and tricks on Dragon Age and many more games to come. Until then, we will see you guys next time in the War Room.